Hello, welcome to For Women's Hearts, and today the lovely Carol Cooper of For Women's Hearts is speaking with Gail Powell, who is an author, a publisher, a public speaker and a life coach. And a broadcaster. She has her own radio station, Sign FM Radio, that For Women's Hearts have appeared on recently, and you can find more out about that on our website. Over to you, Carol.
Hi Gail, it's just always a pleasure to see you, and I seem to have seen you a lot this month. But we are excited. No, we are excited because you are star Heart of the Month this month for September.
Brilliant.
And we wanted to talk about two of your areas of work, your publishing with OOdleBOOks and also your radio show.
Okay.
So firstly, OOdleBOOk, can you tell us a bit more about the philosophy behind that and what it is that you do?
Okay. So OOdleBOOks is an online bookstore that publishes books for people who are self-publishing mainly. We do the odd traditional published book. By that I mean we do go out, and if we feel a story is really good and we want to get behind it, we will offer a traditional publishing contract, and we will do everything for the particular author, but we can only do a couple of those a year. So primarily we look at people who have got the desire to be a published author. We offer all the services that they would get if they had a traditional publishing contract, but there is an element of cost to them. But the great thing about producing a book is they'll make that back when they sell their copies.
Where do you see OOdleBOOks going in the relative future over the next year? Because you talked about an affiliated programme.
What we'd like to do, I mean, it's difficult for any author to sell books because there's over 12 million books on one particular online bookstore that I won't mention because OOdleBOOks is the online bookstore. So to try and be seen amongst 12 million other books is really difficult. And a lot of the books we do have a great message. They're memoirs or they're self-help books. They're inspiring, and what we want people to do is get behind the authors and to help promote them. So we are looking at setting up an affiliate program. So like yourselves, you're going to get behind some of the books that really resonate with your causes and your people, and you're going to promote them amongst your people to help all these fantastic authors get more of a platform for their voice to be heard.
And I think what Gail's saying there about most of them are memoirs, and it really does speak from the heart, and that's what we are about at For Women's Hearts, putting the heart back into the business world and love back into that. Where do you see it then over the next 5 years? What's your kind of grand vision?
I think it's, I suppose, growing. We've created a mini version of the business plan that we want, and it's working now. It's just a case of, you can always learn and always make it better and always help the authors more, but more people, we want more people to have a voice, to not be scared of writing a book, and to actually go out, write a book and start to create themselves as the expert or authority in their field, and use the book as it should be used, which is a fantastic calling card. Especially for speakers and coaches and trainers, to have a book on all the stuff that you know and that you're passionate about. It's great to leave your audience with something a little bit more to take away. And the nice thing about OOdleBOOks particularly is you can get to the authors. They're everyday people, so it's about not only helping them have a platform to get their word out there, to make some money off the books as well, because we've all got to make a living, but also it's about connecting with the author and getting to them via social media, and maybe even booking them to speak because you like what they're doing. It's about everybody looking after everybody else.
Yeah, and you said about giving people a voice, because you do run workshops to assist people who really want to get their passion out there writing a book. Can you just tell us a little bit about the background behind the workshops?
Yeah, my business partner Diane and I, we run workshops. Diane is very much the fiction side, so if you're a budding novelist, we want to hear from you as well. Diane does a lot of the overseeing of the proofing and editing, because the other thing is, what people seem to think is they can write one book, one draft and publish it, And it's not like that. To craft a book, to make it professional, it needs a few read-throughs and a few proofing and all, and that's what we bring to the table. And our workshops take you through the process, because some people just get frightened by the process.
These 3 books to have a quick chat about. They're on Gail's books at the moment. 3 inspiring stories, motivational, wouldn't you say?
They are all 3 of them,
So do you want to give a quick little run through of what they are?
So Nina came, in fact, how I found out about Nina, my accountant had been to see Nina speak, came running back to me saying, you must write this woman's story, it's amazing. And she gave me her business card, so I contacted Nina, and she said she'd been writing a blog, and that's a great way to write a book, by the way, and especially a memoir. If you start it off with a blog, not only have you got the audience who will buy your book, you've also got a good percentage of the content already written. So we are doing a lot of blogs to books lately, because as I say, you've already got the content. Yeah. Nina had already got the story, the information. She just needed help and support putting it together, and it is daunting. It's like anything, if you don't know, it's not daunting to me because it's just a process. We compiled all her blogs, we created a draft book for her, she read it through and we tweaked it, and then it went to typesetting, got a lovely cover created, and it went online. And Nina has now been in the Mail on Sunday, she's been in lots of major magazines and newspapers, she's been on radio, and it's great because she's got a book to promote. Doing all those things.
Did that process kind of take from when you
really quickly in this particular instance? I mean, Nina's story is she has got terminal cancer, and she's managing it amazingly well. They've given her a year, she's 2 years in and blossoming through choosing alternative therapies, but also choosing to go her own path. And for Nina, everything needs to be quite urgent because she doesn't know how long she's got, but then maybe we could all take a leaf, really, because none of us know.
None of us know. I mean, it's a really good kind of
way to live your life.
It is, and like living in the moment, living in the now, doing what you love.
Yeah. So Nina's is an inspiration. The book's uplifting. If you know anybody who's touched by cancer, and that's a lot of people, this book is it gives you hope, it gives you inspiration, and I'm proud to report Nina's on a second book and going very, very strong.
And what it shows is there's always a way.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. So that's Nina's. This is the lovely Elizabeth Wright. She is a para-Olympian, and she's written a book called Ditch the Arm, Keep the Leg. A little bit of a strange title, but I think if you read the book you'll get why. Elizabeth was born with a congenital limb deficiency, and which means she's not got all her limbs fully formed, and she became a Paralympian medalist in the Australian Games and the ones after that, which I can't remember. Atlanta, was it? Anyway, inspirational book. She's an inspirational speaker. She's Australian, but she lives in England now. She goes around UK schools inspiring young people to be all they can be and to do, to reach for the moon, really. She's walking, she's a walking inspiration, and you can see what she's managed to achieve, and it's so visual. And she does go into schools in the UK, and she's got a fantastic career now as a speaker, inspirational speaker. So that's Elizabeth.
Okay.
And then Sophie Maxwell. She hails from Sheffield. She runs a free school, a NEET college. Can't remember what that stands for, but I know people probably watching won't be able to remember. And she was homeless, and this is her story of how she really did rise out of the ashes, and she looks after other young people in her position, and she's only in her early 20s, and amazingly well. And those are her memoirs, and
and it just shows anyone can kind of with the right help put something together and share an inspirational story that they need to help other people, really. And I think that's one of the main things I feel that you're about, because I'm going to move on to your radio show.
Oh, okay.
Which we've been on a couple of times now.
We have.
I'm totally inspired by that, actually, and your kind of values and philosophy behind it. And that you don't do it really for any monetary gain.
No.
You do it as a voluntary thing. You do it because it's your passion. It's something that you love. And again, it's just, that's an inspiration to me, because you're reaching out to others in a way that's just so uplifting.
Yeah.
And I've loved being in that.
It's such fun, isn't it?
It is, it's really good fun. So yeah, say a bit more about why you kind of got into that and why you do it, just as a passion.
I think really, I've always written, so I love the books, I love writing. I've always had jobs that have included editing and all the rest of it. But I went through a phase in my life where I wanted to learn really why I was behaving the way I did, and why I was inviting the relationships, some not so good, into my life. And I thought, I'm going to take myself off and learn to be a life coach, which is what I did. That was very insightful, and it really, I think, changed me quite a lot. And that's the passionate part of me. That's why when people come to us with their memoirs and stories, and they're really good, I just want to help them create the best book that they can and to get the message out there. And an extension of that was learning to be a broadcaster and do my own radio show. Do that on Sign FM in Doncaster. And every week I invite a guest in that's got fantastic stories to share with all over Yorkshire, and I've had them from all over the UK. I called it the Feel Good Factor because I want everybody to have that feel good factor when they listen to the programme, and it's light and shade. People come to us with obviously stories that have been perhaps less than positive, but they've managed to turn them around, and you get to choose some of your favourite songs, don't you?
Absolutely.
And we have a giggle, and we talk about things that maybe this is where I used to be, and this is where I am now, and this is where I want to be, but they're all inspiring stories, and I just find people fascinating, and I think deep down, Carol, I'm just nosy.
I think we all are a bit. I'm going to call it.
Feel Good Factor's about me just being really nosy. Exactly. Yeah, and I do love it. It is fun, and it's a community radio station. It is voluntary. Don't get paid. Don't want to get paid, and I get to meet fantastic people, listen to great songs, and
have a ball.
Have a ball, really. So it's not really a hardship. Yeah, that's it. So I encourage anybody really to. I mean, there's so many opportunities now to broadcast. You can broadcast online. You can create your own little mini interviews. I mean, the technology now allows people to not shy away and get the message out there. And you can do it in a book. You can do it on YouTube. You can do it as there are other platforms other than YouTube, I would just say that, because there are other places, lots of social media, and if you get the chance to learn to do radio in a local community radio station, then fantastic.
Brilliant, because it's nice to have kind of, what shall I say, the support that you offer, because I've loved being on radio. It's given me the opportunity to start speaking with something that I'm going to pursue myself, I think, as part of For Women's Hearts, but also just listening to the support that you give other people, especially the people that write the books. You're not just there in it for wanting to gain something for yourself. You really do want to see anyone that comes to you to prosper and shine.
And I do gain something myself, and it's that joy of taking that first copy. I always make sure when we've gone all this journey that I have to take the first printed copy to the author, because it's so lovely when I hand that book over. I mean, most people just end up blubbing a bit, which is good. I have a box of tissues with me. But you think about, a lot of people struggle to let go. They'll write the book and it's like, right, let go of it now. Come on, let us have it, let us proofread it, because it's a big part of them, and you know, to let go of it.
So where can people find out more about you?
They can find out about me on OOdleBOOks.com is where you can buy the books, and if you're interested in any of the publishing side of it, you can go to Facebook and you can visit Afternoon Tea with the Book Coaches.
That's a new thing you've got
going.
It is,
and that's totally free advice orientated. Everything about Afternoon Tea with the Book Coaches is free, and you can go to my website, which is thesolopreneur.co.uk.
We'll have links for that on our For Women's Hearts website. So anybody who hasn't got that down at the moment, you'll find links for that on our For Women's Hearts Facebook page, Twitter, and on the website. I've loved speaking to you, Gail, and I've loved you being part of the For Women's Hearts Heart of the Month for September. You're such an inspiration, got a positive outlook on life. I love what you're doing, and thank you for being part of this journey with us, and it's been a pleasure.
And it's lovely to be the fourth heart.
Oh,
it is lovely because it's like that. because now it's whole, isn't it? Every month you're going to make yourselves whole.